marriage is not all to it. You have to be comfortable with the person. You have to like have a real friendship, like that base, that foundation. A Libra, so I'm stubborn. So
yeah, stubborn is right.
I'm a Libra, of course. I'm stubborn.
And I'm a Gemini, of course. I got two sides.
It's not perfect. One, it's not perfect here at all, so I don't want anybody to think like, and I do appreciate that people always be like, you guys really inspire me, or you guys are a couple goals, or you guys make it look so easy. I'll say it just kind of looks easy when you actually have someone that you are best friends with. And how we met in when I was in high school.
My sister introduced me to this friend, and I just realized that she was working at McDonald's. So at this time, I didn't have
stalked me and
I didn't have a job. She worked at McDonald's. So yeah, she can continue. I'll pick up.
Not you confessing that you stalked me. You're a stalker, but yeah. So we met at McDonald's, and
she threw the sauce at me. Don't forget that part. You always skip that part. That's important. She threw the sweet and sour sauce at me before I even started working there. You threw the sauce at me, and then I remember taking up the shirt. And
because like I said, he used to be in the back. He used to work in the kitchen, and I used to work in the front. So he'll be in the back making the food, and he'll be talking mad-ish to me. So I threw a sauce at him. And like I said, that was another form of flirtation. Welcome to Open Hearts Podcast. My name is Benita, also known as Nita Rain. Welcome again to Open Hearts, guys. This show has been in the making for almost 2 years. We've been like talking about it, dreaming about it, planning about it, everything about it. And we are here today with my lovely husband, my bestie, Mr. Erastus, Garment Creations. You know what I'm saying? We're in the building.
We're in the building. What's happening, everybody? Thank you for jumping on and watching this. If you're watching here, I want to say thank you. Like my wife said, Nita Rain, this is the Open Hearts Podcast. It's been a long time coming, but she's not giving us enough credit from the top, right? It takes a lot to do this, so that's why she said 2 years, because I had to keep pushing her. Like, man, you gotta do it.
All day.
But today it's officially happened. This is episode number 1, and thank you for doing this, babe.
Thank you.
Thank you for doing this.
I'm a little nervous, guys, so don't mind me, okay? This is my first episode, so just bear with me. But listen, like I said, Open Hearts has been in the making for like almost 2 years. He's been like just every day. Trust me, he reminds me every day when I wake up, okay? He's like, just get ready and sit in front of the camera. Everything is ready. The lights, camera, everything, action, just go. But I'm ready today. It's a new day, and I decided that today is the day. And are you ready?
I'm definitely ready. I want y'all to make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Please. Make sure you join the conversation down in the comments, man. And I'm kind of used to this. I've probably put thousands of videos on the internet by this time. So I'm just trying to get her to get a little comfortable. She's a little hot over there. So, babe, before we get into the conversation, though, how does it feel? Like, how does it really feel?
It's nerve-wracking because I feel like I'm a nervous person. What is it? Social. What is it when you're shy in front of people? What's the word?
Antisocial? You're definitely not antisocial.
Not antisocial. What is it? It's a fear of oh my God, what's the word? Jesus.
You got phobia?
I mean, sort of like that. I just, get shy in front of people. So I feel like when I'm speaking in front of a camera, because I have done like videos before. You can check me out on YouTube, even though I'm not that active. But I'm back, okay? But
back like she never left.
I'm a nervous person. I got a lot of mouth, but I'm very nervous in front of people. So I literally feel like I'm talking to a crowd right now, but I'm not. And so I'm a little nervous. But like I said, as I go, through different episodes, I'm going to kind of get used to it. And so just bear with me today.
Awesome. Open heart, open conversation. We didn't script any of this.
No.
We're just going to have an open conversation and just vibe. So I hope you can just feel the vibe with us. Share this with somebody, invite somebody. But I'm excited. Baby.
What are your hopes for Open Hearts? What things do you want to talk about as far as like you and I go? Like conversation for you and I. Like what do you want to talk about? Like different things. What do you think people out there would be inspired by?
I mean, there's a lot we can definitely talk about as a young married couple, You know, we like family life, children, and just work-life balance. There's a lot of things we can talk about it. I think people will find beneficial as far as just how we met. All those things that people always wanted to know about us, but we never really like share that type of stuff. People always say, "Oh man, y'all two must have it good. Y'all have it perfect," because nobody knows anything, right? So maybe this is the platform that we can just be transparent and share a little bit of what life is for the Snorways, and that happens to be my last name. She got. And
well, duh, we're
she
married.
dropped hers and picked mine's up. So that's where we're at.
Oh, child, the last name. But yeah, so, today I think I just want us to talk about, just, how long we've been together, like just what people from the outside see. Because a lot of times we get, oh, you guys make it look so easy, and you guys are like my inspiration, and you guys are a couple goals, and like, what do you think are some misconceptions when it comes to like our marriage? Like what I just said, like,
yeah, we do get the, oh, you guys make it look easy, you guys like all those couple goals thing, oh, my favorite couple, and all those things there, right? And yeah, there are days where it might seem like it's easy because we're just happy people, and I can definitely
happy.
I can say that like our relationship is good. That's why people are not able to dig in and sense like, oh, there's trouble there, right? Because before like as far as like marriage, I think we're still, besides marriage, we're still like good friends. I mean, and so before anything, the friendship is there. We know how one another work, and we're just good together. We're just good together. So yeah, and to go back for people that don't know like about us, like how we even met, right? Like take me back in your side of the story though, because I can share mine and you always deny it. So I want to hear now on camera, how did we even meet? Where did this even start as far as us?
Well, before I even get back to that, or to your question, I want to go back to like the misconception, and I don't want people to think that our marriage is perfect. Nobody relationship or marriage or relationship is perfect. We have our own days. I'm a Libra, so I'm stubborn. So
yeah, stubborn is right.
I'm a Libra, of course. I'm stubborn.
And I'm a Gemini, of course. I got two sides.
I think we pretty much get along well. But just overall, you have to know the person you're dealing with and their likes and dislikes. And as long as we've been together, I feel like if we don't understand each other by now, if we don't just kind of understand like when to like take a break, or and everybody needs their break. Just because we're a couple doesn't mean we're not individuals. Like sometimes I need my space, sometimes he needs his space. And like I said again, we're not perfect. Like a lot of things, goes on behind closed doors that, the world or people don't know about. But what happens in your home stays in your home, and you fix it and you figure it out. You have people that's in your circle that you will call and be like, hey, let's talk about this. Your girlfriends, and you kind of, they're just kind of talking about it.
You got that circle. I ain't got nobody that I'm calling.
Definitely be calling my girl and be gossiping about him. He be right there sometimes, but it's not perfect. It's not perfect here at all. So I don't want anybody to think like, and I do appreciate that people always be like, you guys really inspire me, or you guys are a couple goals, or you guys make it look so easy. I'll say it just kind of looks easy when you actually have someone that you are best friends with. And I always tell people, like, before marriage is not all to where you have to be comfortable with the person. You have to like have a real friendship, like that base, that foundation, like just have your person. He's my person, I'm his person. And so to go into like how we met is child, I'm so tired of saying this story.
I think I want to know.
You want to know?
I want to
You
know.
literally like have it in
I
your
want to
head.
know.
But how we met in when I was in high school. It was 2007. We met, and I used to attend this program called co-op in high school. This is when you leave school a little early. I was in 11th grade. I leave school a little early. And co-op is basically just kind of like teaching you how to like navigate through life when you go, like when you graduate high school, you know, the work life, and just kind of like, you know, getting into adulthood. And so I used to go to work. I used to leave work around, school maybe around 11:45, 12 p.m. And then I'll go to work. And my very first job was McDonald's. That's where I met him. I don't even know how I think he stalked me and he applied to my job.
That's true. That part is true as far as stalking you, because
you're a stalker.
I was, yeah. And Jeff, before you continue, so everything she said so far was right. She was in co-op and all of those things there, but the part of the stalking, that same year I had came home from Job Corps, right? And after away for a while, I came home, and my sister was cool at that time, right? I mean, you're still cool, but they were cool. So I think my sister introduced me to this friend, and I just realized that she was working at McDonald's. So at this time, I didn't have
stalked me and
I didn't have a job. She worked at McDonald's. So yeah, she can continue. I'll pick up.
Not you confessing that you stalked me. You're a stalker, but yeah. So we met at McDonald's, and like I said, that was my first job. I'm 17. And here he goes, you know, flirting with me all the time. And like he said, me and his sister and I were friends, Charlene. And I know she told me about a brother. I don't even remember if she told me about it, or I don't remember if I met him first at McDonald's but I think it was before that. Yeah, because I was in high school together, Charlene and I, and then I went to her house and I saw her brother or whatever. But prior to that, it's so crazy, it's weird because we actually met on the bus, but I didn't even know it was him. He recognized me.
That part.
So, but yeah, I remembered I used to go to his house all the time just to kind of like, all right, who is this brother? Like, you know, took the bus, like, whatever, bye. But yeah, so then I started working at McDonald's, and then then he just started working at McDonald's too. So then it was a lot of flirting, you know, when you like a boy and a girl, and the boy like a girl, flirting, you know, talking crap to me all the time, trying to act like he don't like me. And I'm like, whatever, you know, just talking mad-ish to each other all the time. But y'all know how that's go when you're a teenager and you're, you know, trying to act like you don't like each other, you know, just talking mad crap. But that's how it went. And then I don't know how we even got together, but we got together real bad.
Yeah, all of that is true. All of that is true, except for the part where she threw the sauce at me. Don't forget that part. Yeah, we skip that part. That's important. She threw the sweet and sour sauce at me before I even started working there. You threw the sauce at me, and then I remember taking up the shirt.
Because like I said, he used to be in the back. He used to work in the kitchen, and I used to work in the front. So he'll be in the back making the food, and he'll be talking mad-ish to me. So I threw a sauce at him. And like I said, that was another form of flirtation.
Yep.
And he would never forget that sauce because it splashed all over his shirt.
Yeah, it was a white tee too. So yeah, so that's how we met. That's how we met. And life's been good since 2005,
20. Why you say it like that?
2007.
Yes.
It's 2007. Is that the same thing? 2007, 2007.
I guess. But
Okay.
yeah, so that's how we met. But and we've been rocking since. We are here.
Children's later.
2 children later. Yeah, we had our daughter, I want to say maybe like, was it 2 years after, or a year and a half? I had my daughter pretty early. I was like 21, which is not bad. From 17, 18, 19. Was it 21? Yeah, it was like, I was like 21 years old when I had my daughter.
That was after high school, prom, and all of those things, right?
Yeah, we got our first apartment together. We both moved out of our parents' home under the worst circumstance. But yeah, we got our first apartment, and then I think it was like a year in, I got pregnant, and yeah, Here we are, two beautiful children. And
So altogether, what is that, like 16 years?
yeah, it's about
We're
16.
going into 10-year marriage this year.
Yes.
10 years of marriage this year. How does that feel, baby? 10 years.
June 7.
June 7 will be 10 years married. You ever thought you would be there?
You know, it's so crazy. I was never that girl that thought about marriage. Like, you know how, well, you don't know how, but a lot of girls growing up, like you have your wedding plan. You already know like what you want to wear for your wedding, and this is what I want. I never had that growing up. I never thought about marriage. I never thought about what I wanted, or I never even thought I was going to be married so early on. But, you know, God has his plan, and I'm glad that he took me out of these streets because it's hard out here.
Definitely. Took her out. We also, I think, I'm going to insert this part here. She was in a whole relationship, too.
Don't start.
She was in a whole relationship, and your boy stole those cookies. I was the better man, bro. But anyways.
First of all, I was not in a whole relationship.
You wasn't in a relationship?
Okay, well, I was talking to somebody, but it was on its way to being over with.
So it was ended? The relationship was ended?
It literally was. So you literally came in like the perfect timing because it was literally like on the verge of like being done. So it was just, you just made it easier, I guess.
So she didn't even have a break from one to the next.
Slide right up in there. I mean, listen.
This is what we said, friendship, man. Like
what it say? Get over the first one, get under the neck.
Ooh. Yeah, so it's been really good, and especially after we had a kid. I was like, oh damn, I done had a whole kid here. I can't run the streets like I used to. She was literally the whole reason, like God first, but one of the main reason why I had to just like make a decision like, oh, I can't be running the streets. I done took this girl out of her mom's house. I done put a whole baby in this lady, and now can't be running the streets. So all those things there, finding a partner to basically change the trajectory of your life just based on what she wanted for me, right? And knowing that is like, okay, I want this lady to be happy. I want the life to go on for a while, this thing that we got going on here before even marriage. So I just started to like change, right? Life started to be different, and made the decision, you know what? I'm going to forget. I mean, maybe not the smoking, because we did all of that, but
Don't say we.
Not we. I did all of that. Don't say we. I got into all of those things there, but eventually things started to fall off my plate as far as the bad hobbies and all of those things, just to live a better life for my family, my kids, and yeah. So I just want to say, baby, thank you, man. Thank you for just literally being the better half. People say, "Oh, that's your better half," but really, it was good. You know, it's been good since then. I don't think, had it not been for you or meeting you, I probably would still be lost in them sheets, baby.
In the sheets?
In them sheets.
What sheet?
Them sheets.
Oh, child. But no, like, even with you saying that you was like a hard-headed child and you was in the streets and all that, honestly, you didn't even give me a hard time when we got together, to be honest. Like, you literally, you know, sometimes you can just kind of be like redirected and like you can go the wrong path in life. But sometimes that's why foundation is so important. Because yes, you was in the streets and you was doing, you know, you was a hard-headed child, like you said, but you still came from a good home. Yeah. So you had that foundation. So I think you being with me and you recognizing that I too came from a good home, you knew that I wasn't to be played with. Like, you wasn't going to take advantage of me, or you wasn't going to be like stepping out on me, or just kind of, you wasn't going to play with me. Like, you know, so you took it serious. You came home, You did great by me. You listen. You know, you're just like a good friend, a good partner. You never, like, literally, I'm not even exaggerating. Like, sometimes I feel like, you know, maybe if someone was like to have his background, you know, someone being in the street and doing this and doing that out there, and you get with them, you know, they'll give you maybe a hard time for like the first year. You have to like keep trying to like, you know, repeat yourself, like, this is what I want. This is, I never really had to do that. I think we had like a clear understanding. And I think for me, like, I set my boundaries and I know what I want. So when I say it and he listened, and sometimes even when without saying is he sometimes just like kind of knowing who you're with and knowing where they come from, their background and what their wants and needs are. And, you know, they're not here to play with you. Like, don't play with me, period.
Yeah.
No, but honestly, like, all jokes aside, he never gave me a hard time. I never had to like go to bed at night wondering where he was, if he was out there doing, like, he communicated with me, like I knew where he were. Like, he was with me all the time anyway, but we was literally like besties. We were still besties, but we did everything together. And if he was out partying, we was out partying.
That's true.
Like, like literally, like for one, I even think like I was doing things that he was doing because it's like, yeah, I understood he was still like, I didn't expect him to just like change his lifestyle, just coming to, you know, like into my life. So, and me too, I was just like starting to explore life. Like, I was from a home where it was very like, you know, what's the word, like very sheltered. So I didn't know much, I didn't do much. So him being in the street, I was a home child. We just clicked because, all right, where's the party at? Let's go. Oh, you want to smoke weed? All right, cool. Let me try it. You know, like, honestly, we did that.
We did that,
and
man.
we party, and, you know, if we went to a party, it was a chick that had a problem, she want to fight. All right, where you do that? We fighting. What's good? And
hold on, baby.
I mean, we being honest, right?
Right.
If it was a chick that looked at you wrong and was trying to act up, we was fighting.
We definitely
I was
did.
fighting her, and then if a boyfriend felt a type of way, you was fighting her man, I was fighting the chick. So we did all that. So that's why, like, I be looking at people like,
I
child,
can think of so many times,
we've been at so many parties where it was just like, all right, pop off. Like, what's good? So, like, chicks literally would be, like, mad. Like, you know, my best friend in high school, you know, chicks would go out together and then, like, people would just literally come up to us like, you know, it's weird. People always been weird to me. So, like I said, what's good? And we did all that. We've been there, done that. We're changed now. We're grown. We have kids. We're married. We don't need to be out there doing all that no more. So, I mean, look at us. Not fighting no more. Who got time for that? That's ghetto.
Yeah, who got time to be fighting? But
them fights used to be crazy though. Like, when I tell you, and I don't think it was ever a party we went to and it was never a fight.
I think that's crazy, right? But I think that's really the way we grew up. It was almost like nowadays I see people are still doing that same thing. I don't go there, but I hear like, oh, there was a fight at this party. I'm just like, dang, I'm counting fingers. Like, oh.
Yeah, but people are still like, where you used to be is where they are. So they have to kind of go through their journey to get to where you are.
That's what I tell the young kids too. It's like when they're doing these things, you're trying to encourage them. I'd be like, yeah, bro, I understand this is your time, you know? Yeah, big dog, yeah, OG, whatever. Yeah, because we did that. So, especially when dudes are trying to play all these tough role these days, I'd be like, all right, bro, whatever,
it's
man.
not even the same no more.
There's not a thing you're doing now that I didn't do. But yeah, we thank God for the change in life, the restoration and everything.
I be telling y'all, I've been there, done that. Stop trying me. Like, stop trying me. But no, like, when did you think, and just overall, you being a guy, when do you know when, you know, she's the one? Like how long? Because this is a conversation between a lot of female. Like, I've had a conversation with my friend. Like, how do you know when she's the one and you're ready to, like, put a ring on it? You're ready to settle down? Like, when do you know?
Shoosh. Like, honestly, I don't know if there is a time thing to this question, right? Because, for example, to use this, we're watching this show that's called Love is Blind, right? So this is people that literally got connected behind a wall.
A pod.
A pod, right? Somebody on the other side, this other person, and now the goal is for them to get married and to get engaged and get married. So
without seeing them face to face,
even seeing this person,
getting to know them intellectually and
right, just through conversation. So, like when you say, when do you know? I think it's all based on that core connection at the beginning or through this process of whatever the relationship is. Even if this relationship is a couple weeks, even if this relationship is months, there has to be conversations that lays out the expectation, right? Or even if the conversation is not like you said, oh, babe, you didn't lay it down and say, oh, I want to get married by this date and this year, right? But based on the relationship, or you get the feeling like, yeah, maybe I do want to spend the rest of my life with this person, right? Even if you're somebody that's out there in the streets doing whatever, right? Maybe you're a person that's not faithful already, or you struggle with being faithful, because that's literally a thing that holds a lot of dudes back, right? So if you're struggling to being faithful, you might be struggling to settle down, right? But for me, I never really had that struggle to say, man, I'm juggling multiple girls and multiple women. I don't know how dudes can do that, right? So I think that's what holds a lot of people back. I'm probably snitching on the men code and all of that, but I think that's what holds a lot of dudes back to know when that time is, because they are managing a lot. They're juggling a lot and trying to figure out which one they want to go with or who, So for me, I knew, I don't know exactly like a date to it, but I just knew like this person did a lot. When I met this lady, my life changed.
You stop calling me a lady.
Okay, when I met my wife, when I met her, at this time when we met, right?
It just sound like I'm an old
right.
lady.
I'm not gonna call her lady, but basically when we met, all those things that through those years, the struggles, man, like the struggles we went through, the different ups and downs, and all these things, we're able to get over that, and by the grace of God, we are still able to manage life and then have children, like. All those circumstances adds up for you to say, wow, maybe I can spend the rest of my life with this person. So as far as like when, it might be different with dudes, but for me, it was just based on the culture of the home, the conversations, the ups, the downs, the managing, the balancing, all those things there made me realize like, I don't know if I can start over, right? Because if I was to go through all of that and then leave, or things didn't work out, then I was like, dang, all those times go to waste. Like I just feel a lot of dudes just be wasting time, and then years go by, they still don't even ask the question. Like I hope I answer that right, but for me, I just don't know when I would decide like, oh, this is it. I feel like I always had that feeling. Like, I just don't want to be managing a whole bunch of things, a whole bunch of women and all of that. So I just made the decision.
I mean, I don't think, for me, coming from like a woman's perspective, I don't think it's about, yes, it is about time in a way, but I think it's more so about like, why wait? Why depend on time if I can sit here with you in like maybe in a month, and within that month you have been there for me. I feel safe with you. I can rely on you. Like you just feels like a safe place, and everything that you've ever wanted in your life, as far as in the person, in the partner, in the friend, that person is that. So it's like, even if I can sit here with you for a month or 5 years, why wait 5 years if you're already that person within that month. Right. So yeah, time does kind of have some type of like factor, but I think it's about who the person is to you. Like, why wait like 5 years if that person, you already know that person? I feel like a lot of people know that, okay, this is my person, but they're not sure, or like you said, they still want their cake and eat it too. Like they still want to like play around. But why do that? You're already with this person. They've been there for you. You feel safe with them. They understand you. Like everything you want in a woman, everything you want in a man, they are that person to you and for you. So why not be with that person? Like, do you want to do like trials? Like, like do you want to test all the samples out there?
How long is the sample?
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, I feel like for me, if I find And why I said yes when you proposed, and because you knew that what you wanted in me, I felt safe with you. I felt like you were not just somebody that, oh, I'm gonna have a husband. Like I said, that wasn't even something that was ever part of like growing up, like my plan. But like you was really like a good friend, like someone that I can literally be happy with, like for the rest of my life. We can sit here, and even if I don't have nobody else in my life, like you and I can literally sit here and like be happy, and we can laugh, and we can keep each other's company, and I can depend on you. You will be to my aid, whatever and whenever I need, and you're my person, you're my safety, like just everything that I need. So yeah, I think people know when, when that person is that person. I just think people out here want to be doing trial and errors, or trying out on the different samples and seeing what's good. And no, seriously, because it's like, why waste your time? You're already with someone for like all these years, and they're obviously you're there for a reason. Because if there wasn't even an ounce of what you wanted, you wouldn't be with them for like 15 years, 20 years. So why wait?
How much time will you give a dude to say, man, like, I need, like, you got to make a decision, like what's happening, like what is there a time on that? And yeah, just let me know.
Well, everybody is different. Some people just want to be partners in life and not get married at all, and they're content with that. And then some people, like I said, like everybody is different. Some people be like, okay, well, I have a 5-year plan, 5 years I want to be married, or in a year I want to be married. But it just kind of depends on the individual and what their expectations are. And like I would say, like this day and age, I think majority of women want to settle down. Nobody just want to be out there floating around or be on layaway, they call it, when you propose and then you're like engaged for like 10 years and you're just sitting there on the shelf, like for what? It's expiring. But yeah, like you got shelf life. So yeah, because people are like will be walking it, like I only know that term because somebody said it to me, like when we was engaged. We wasn't even engaged for that long. I mean, then we got married, and I remember somebody came in my inbox one time and I was like, I'm engaged, and he was like, you're on layaway.
Wow, bro.
He was like,
layaway.
He was like, you're on layaway. And I was like, dang, like that's crazy, layaway. But it makes sense because it's like, if you're going to propose, then let's get married. So why wait? But yeah, everybody time is different. It just depends on what that female expectations are and what they want. And yeah, and like a lot of females these days, they don't want to wait too long. They want to settle down. They're ready to settle down. They want to get married, buy a home, have kids, be with someone, just have a person. Nobody wants to be out there with like 2-3 guys. Like, it's a lot of work. So it's like, if you can find someone that you can call your own and your person, and just be happy with that one person. A lot of people just want that now and just want to be happy. But like I said, everybody have their time, and everybody, like I said, like you guys, if you find the woman for you, why wait to propose to her? And I don't think she's going to say no if she's happy with you. But at the same time, like some people do have like a time frame, like women, we have a time frame like, okay, I want this in a year, I want this in 5 years. But if you come in 3 months, we ain't going to say no if you're that person. So it depends on everybody, If I were the person I am now and we were dating 16 years ago, would you still ask me to marry you? Or do you feel like, okay, now I'm married, I'm just in this marriage, like I'm staying? Like, am I still that person that if you were to date me right now, 16 years ago, would you say that's my person and I want to marry her?
Yeah.
Not.
Yeah, I mean, not to just give it a quick like, yeah, but definitely I will.
And be honest.
I mean, yeah, I would definitely marry you again, knowing you now, because honestly, there's not a struggle, there's not a thing that I can say, man, I hate this girl for this, or I hate this woman for this. I don't think I can. Like, I really don't see a thing that will stop me in your now from what was to ask you 16 years ago again. Like, yes, I will definitely marry you again. Yeah, so I definitely will marry you again if I were to go
Why?
back 16 years, because like you are a great partner, a great friend. There is nothing that's too big of a fight where I can say, man, I'm going out of here. I'm running back to my mom's house. Or like, there's not a reason that I would say like, yeah, I'm not going to marry you again. Because honestly, I got a great marriage. I have a great relationship. The ups, the downs, all those make us stronger. And yeah, I don't see anywhere else. I don't see anything else.
I'll say yes. I'll definitely say yes again because 16 years ago, we weren't in we didn't even know what was doing as kids, and we still figure it out because we still saw in each other that, there were potential. And I feel like the potential that we saw then is what we're living in now. So if we're in it now and I see what it is, and I'm experiencing what it is, and I like it and I love it, and I'm still here, I think, yeah, definitely say yes all over again. Because like you said, you're my person and we're best friends. And, it's just like, I don't see myself like being with anybody else, to be honest. So it's like, I'll say yes again.
Okay.
I'll definitely say yes again.
She'll say yes again. Yes again. And
I'll say yes again.
you better say yes again. Okay.
But, thank you guys for tapping in today to Open Hearts. First episode, season 1, first episode. And I hope you guys enjoy it. And like I said, there's more episodes to come. You're going to see more of my husband because he's like my tester.
I'm the prototype right now.
My tester. And just until I feel comfortable and, yeah, but I have great expectations for this show, and I hope that we are able to just kind of bring that forth and talk about more things that are out there and people want to talk about, but they, don't have the platform or they're shy to talk about it, and a lot of things that people can relate to. So from a male's perspective, from a girlfriend perspective, from a wife perspective, from, a relationship perspective, from maybe I might have some of my pastor friends up here, some friends that, are in the health industry, some friends that are in different industry, or
some friends that are still in the streets. And the sheep.
Thank you guys for tapping into Open Hearts today. Since season 1, episode 1. I hope you guys enjoyed this day with us today. And for the first few episodes, like I said, you're gonna see a lot of my man. We're just gonna touch on a few things, and over time I'm gonna have different guests on the show where we're gonna just speak about different topics that's trending, or something that you may be able to relate to, or some answers that you've been looking for. Literally just conversation you have with your guys, friends, with your girlfriends, with your sister, with your brother, with your mama and your daddy, and your auntie and your uncle. So we're gonna be sitting on this couch and we're gonna be talking about it. Any topics, please put it in the comment, or you can DM it to, is that how you say DM it, or DM us? Not DM it.
DM me. Send me
DM me. Send me a message of topics or conversation that you want us to have and talk about. Or if you are interested, I'm having different guests on the show every week. You can come and sit on the couch. Let's talk about it. So thank you so much for tapping in, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.
Y'all make sure y'all subscribe. Don't forget, hit that subscription button down below.